What's up, folks? Now, it's been a few weeks since I last covered Wealth Mountain. Actually, that was the first time I made a video about it when I got aware of it. And a lot has happened since then. First of all, the TVL skyrocketed. Last time I pushed this, it was about 55k. Now we just crossed 1.5 million today across several chains. They actually added the Ethereum chain as of late as a means to invest. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is two things that they added. So one is the wealth combinator, two is the placeholder for partnerships and collaborations. And one more thing I want to mention is that something that the community hasn't seen yet, and that is a small preview into how the investment portfolio will look like and how you can track everything that's happening in the background in regards to Wealth Mountain itself and how the team is working. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now the first thing I want to start and discuss is the Wealth Combinator, the latest addition by the Wealth Mountain team. And this is essentially an investing hub. So people who want to launch projects with little to no funds, they can come in, submit an application, fill out certain details, and they can ask for investment from the team. So when they send the application, the team is going to process that application, and then at the end of it, two outcomes will surface. So they will either accept your application for funding or they will reject it. Once accepted, you will move on to the next step. Now the next step involves a set of conditions set out by the team in advance. So whether you're taking out a loan or a bond, so let's assume you took out a loan, they're going to set all the payments, the installments, how much you're going to pay over a certain period of time, and your investment is going to be funded by the treasury, something that is going to be introduced really soon that you don't know of. And the treasury itself has a maximum of 25% per project, so you cannot take more than 25% of what the treasury has. Now the treasury itself, like I said, is going to be introduced and is going to be taking funds to fill out the treasury from the investment portfolio. If you do recall, we discussed that the investment portfolio that generates yield for all the participants comes from staking and unstaking fees, and there will be a certain ratio of 8 to 10% in regards to the treasury itself. So it will take, but it will be about that range of the TVL, and it will stay in between that specific frame. Also, all the external revenues from these supported projects, of all the funding. Now the loans repayments are going to flow back to the treasury, but all the revenues on top are going to flow back to the Wealth Mountain protocol, going to go to the investment portfolio most probably and generate extra yield, or they're going to directly flow to the holders themselves. We're going to see how this plays out. So this is the separate web page of the Wealth Combinator. You can access it from the main page. If you come here and click on this link right here, you come back. So I covered most of everything. You can go ahead and check in depth everything else that you want to check, but what you need to see is this part right here. So this is the application part. You enter the details as titled, and then you click on submit, and there you go. After that, you have to wait for the team to respond back in the form of an email most probably. Now it's really mind-boggling that such a random team of people that we don't know yet, however their actions and their transparency show more than whatever face you might see behind the camera. And that for me is one of the main reasons I basically uploaded a video when the project was close to nothing, and here we are today, and I can see a bright future ahead. So moving on to the second bit that I would like to cover today, and this is their newest addition. Again, access from the main page, click on new, partnerships, and then you have it. So their plan is to get people to do things together, hence the word collaboration. Meaning if you're a content creator, if you're a person who's in charge of a project, or is part of a team who's in charge of a certain decentralized application, or you are a developer or part of a developer team. So their goal here is to connect all of these dots together through the Wealth Mountain hub. Meaning if you're a content creator, you can come here and you can start doing content for Wealth Mountain. Or if we have, for example, a new partnership with a new decentralized application, again, connecting through this part. So again, there are forms that you need to fill. This is for dApps, this is for content creators. Now for developers, I'm sure you can send an email if you'd like to apply for a job, or if you'd like to be considered if a decentralized application requires developer or more, then Wealth Mountain can provide that service through you if you are a developer. See how it goes? So it all comes back together in a vicious circle. So again, if you're any of these, you can fill out an application, and then eventually, like I said, if you're a content creator, you can do content for Wealth Mountain or any partnership that Wealth Mountain supports, or perhaps any project that Wealth Mountain will actually fund into the future. So again, I like the connectivity, I like the fact that it's out there, and let's see how this plays out. All right, last but not least, so this is something that has been running around into the community for quite some time, and that is, where are the funds being allocated? So those staking and unstaking fees that they were put aside by the protocol as per all the definitions, as per all the structure that me and more people have covered. So where are all the fees being invested? And there is your answer. So we have our first look of the dashboard that you and everyone will be able to access once it goes live. So this is what you'll be seeing essentially. So all the investments within all chains, so the total aggregated TVL, you're going to be seeing the treasury value. We discussed the treasury a few minutes ago, and we talked about the importance of the treasury when it comes to funding other projects. So you're going to be seeing how the treasury will perform in terms of growth, decrease. If you see a decrease, know that there's a funding going on. So you can also track all of this on DBank. So everything that's going to happen is going to be traceable. So if there's money going from the treasury to a certain project to fund them, you're going to be able to track that on DBank or BSC scan, doesn't really matter. Meaning there's proof that this actually happened. That's one. And also all of the investments that are going to be distributed. And this is just a sample. Keep in mind that this is not going to be the final thing. So this is just an idea of what you'll be able to see. So all the investments that are going to be happening through staking, lending, through POW, meaning proof of work chains, angel investments. So all of these things are going to be visible to you through wallets, through charts. So you're going to see the distribution of these investments here and there, and how are they performing, generating yield, and you're going to see all of that flow back into Wealth Mountain through DBank or any other on-chain data support websites. Also, you're going to be seeing the checklist that the team is providing, and then the team is planning on doing. So you're going to be seeing the completion of all of these things while tracking the performance of the protocol. And I spoke about the TVL to treasury ratio, meaning there's going to be a percentage, not of the TVL, but to keep a healthy ratio between these two. And this is also going to be traceable, as well as all of the weekly transactions, the monthly transactions. So now you just see a pop-up on Telegram that this person invested, but you're going to be getting a full-blown visual representation of how much money is entering on a weekly basis. So you can see the average per month, for example, if you'd like to do some calculations, or if you want to see the health of the protocol, if demand is still out there and everything is going on as planned. Alright guys, that's it from me today. Thank you for sticking around and listening to everything I had to say. Now I hope I brought you a very clear and precise overview of everything new that came up in Wealth Mountain, and I hope you enjoyed whatever I showed you, a preview to whatever I showed you, because again, this is still not available to the public, and this is still not in beta mode even. So it's gonna hopefully be live on Saturday, so everyone is waiting for that day. Now even if it gets delayed, there's no problem. They should perfect it, and if it's perfected, then that's the point at the end of the day. Now stick around, because there's gonna be more updates to Wealth Mountain and everything else that we cover on this channel, and the sub actually would be amazing. It really helps us, new kids around the block, dish out more value and expose this word we love the most to more people. So thank you and appreciate you in advance for doing so. And as always, take care of your finances and trade responsibly. This was Roy with DeFi Ascension. Thanks for watching.